So, Rent a Girlfriend. My least favorite show. Why is it my least favorite? I'll go for all of that today. Just, before we get into anything, I should probably explain what it is. So, it's a semi-popular anime on Crunchyroll that is that has run for 3 seasons total. There is a manga, but it's a lot longer, and I haven't read the entire thing. But the show is not good. Neither is the manga. They did not handle any of it well. As a quick roundup of my thoughts for it right now is that characters will get character development, but then they just end up retconning it. Also, the Also, it's got some very cringy moments and is basically all fan service the entire way through, which, yes, I know some people are into it, but I'm not. Also, the show is kind of just really immature half the time. But yeah, the main premise of it is, as the name Rent a Girlfriend entails, that the main character, Kazuya, ends up being dumped by his girlfriend, Mommy. Yes, that's her name, it's Mami, not the other way, but yes, it is pronounced Mommy. But yeah, basically, he gets dumped by her and goes into depression, only comparable to that of Futaba Sakura's from Persona, from Persona 5 Royal. Like, that's the kind of way I would explain it. Yeah, he basically goes into deep depression because of his first breakup. But he ends up, he does end up, going and finding an app called Diamond, which is literally just a service for you to rent a date. You can literally rent a girlfriend to go on a date with. Yeah, already a very weird idea. But yeah, basically, rent on Shizu Mizuhara is how she's called on the app. Things go south, and he ends up accidentally introducing her to not only his grandmother as his girlfriend, but also himself as her boyfriend to her own grandmother, which just completely breaks all of Daiden's rules. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Or at least it doesn't matter to the characters. Yeah, they that kind of kickstarts a whole saga of events where they are stuck having to keep up a lie while trying to also live their own independent lives. It's crazy. But now into why I hate the show. First of all, as I said, characters will get character development, but they don't keep it. Such as Kazuya keeps getting character development. Very next episode, he just goes back to it. Like, for example, he'll, partway through the first season, he'll, finally get over, his first breakup. But then, the very next episode, he's going and just immediately fawning over his ex-girlfriend's legs again. Like, it is stupid. And also there's one character, the only character who is well written in the show is his ex-girlfriend. Yes, the mentally ill, psychopathic, sociopathic ex-girlfriend character is the one who is well written out of all characters in the show. Which should not be the case, but it is. And honestly, I relate to her with how much she hates the main character. I won't get too much into the plot, but another character called Ruka Sarashiva, she is basically I don't think she's even 18 in the show. Yeah, yet she's also apparently another rental. And she basically ends up blackmailing the main character into going on a date with her. Yes, just 17-year-old girls blackmailing the college age main character into dating her. It's just no. That is a terrible character. Why would that be a thing? There's another character who I guess I could say is well written called Sumi. I forgot her last name. The reason why I forgot her last name is because she gets no screen time. She's well written because she hasn't had enough screen time to go and have her character be ruined. Now, onto one of my main gripes with the show is how they handled some of the characters. It is absolutely terrible how they handled the third season. Like, it was such a drag throughout it, and ended up being terrible. Big drag throughout the entire thing. There wasn't much storyline there, and the storyline that was there did not get it proper resolution. It did pick up a bit as we went on, but no, it ended up being very good. Back when Crunchyroll still had comments on the mobile app, like the majority of comments I saw were people just jump in and like point out every single issue with the episode. But you know what is the funniest thing on the show? Is this one guy who basically posted a April Fool's joke video late. This was like a few days after April Fool's. Basically going and saying, "Oh, mommy dies in the new Rent Girlfriend chapter," and like so many people actually believed it. So many people actually believed that the author would kill off one of the most important characters in the show. It was really funny that like somehow they managed to make like a insanely good mock-up of what that chapter would look like, and somehow convince a huge number of people that they actually had a death scene for one of them. It was crazy. It was a really funny situation. But yeah, the show ultimately is my least favorite show I've seen. I know there's probably other shows that are worse. In fact, there's the ones I've heard of, but I haven't watched them. But I do not like the show. Within my friend group, even within the rest of the Royal Ribbets, we all it's basically a meme that I hate it so much in our friend group. But it's so bad that I actually watch it so often. I watch it just because of how bad it is. It's basically a guilty pleasure for me, which is just sad, honestly. I hate the show. There's nothing that would ever make me like it. I do hope that they somewhat do something to redeem it in season 4. Though I really doubt that will happen, seeing as the way the manga has been going. But yeah, it is quite a, I don't even know how to explain it. I would rather watch the abysmal Persona 5 animation than watch Rent-A-Girlfriend. And people in the Persona community, that the Persona 5 animation was absolutely one of the most terrible things to come out of the Persona franchise. And I'd rather watch that than I would watch Rent-A-Girlfriend. It is a absolutely terrible show. I made this video just off of like a random whim I had. There's like no reason for me doing this. I just like, hey, why don't I make a video about why I hate Rent-A-Girlfriend? Because wouldn't that be funny? Yeah. Actually, I've had Rent-A-Girlfriend running in my ear the entire time because I wanted to make sure I could get enough material from it, so I just watched it while it's recording. And right now, the main character is trying to force himself into another character's house. just because he is in an absolute like terrible situation, which would basically result in his entire life falling out. Like, and it's all because he just went and lied once. It's stupid. And then there's so many times where the main character's just ready to actually like go and reveal the lie to like everyone. But then but then there's always something that stops him from doing so. And it is an absolute pain to watch. That is all I have to say today. So, have a good day. Don't watch Rent a Girlfriend at all costs. And just hope I can occupy a bit of your brain for the rest of the day. So, see ya. See you in whatever next video I do. Bye.